I think most of you have heard my story, but I just want to say it real briefly. I mean, there's many parts of my story, but this one is kind of a good encapsulation of why I ended up doing this work. When I was 24, I had already found my work. It was this kind of work. And it was very young. I was young. It was in the 70s. And I was helping bring the tools of the human potential movement into business, and had a handsome doctor who wanted to marry me. I lived in a beautiful house overlooking the San Francisco Bay. I was doing a lot of good things, but something in me didn't feel like I was enough. I didn't know that then, but it drove me to want more and more and more. So at night, we would party. We used to drink, stay up till 3 in the morning, all kinds of crazy things in the 70s. And then one morning, I literally woke up and could not move. I could not move my body. Every single muscle was hurting me, and I figured out, I didn't figure out, I was diagnosed quickly with lupus, a blood disease. And I was told I would have it my whole life, that I would be on these drugs my whole life, and my life just turned a corner, changed radically. I left the business I was in. I left the man who wanted to marry me. I tried to change everything, thinking that that would be the thing that would solve. Maybe I could just undo what I had thought I did. See, the point I'm making here is I thought that it was my fault that I got the blood disease because I had been partying and I had been working too much and all that. So the shame that I felt and the terrorism from my own internal critic was more significantly painful than anything I was going through. It was just radically difficult. And I know that I bring this out because when I work with everyone I've worked with, including my own family, and I'll just share this with you, I recently lost a sister. She was an alcoholic and lost her son, lost custody of her son. But what she just died of was shame. She could not tolerate what she had done, and so her own negative story killed her. It just kept driving her down, and nothing anyone could do would help her. That's not unusual. We all, nod your head if you've experienced a taste of being terrorized by your own mind. We all have it. So the point that I'm making is it doesn't help to get to any new job. It doesn't help. It won't save you to find the purpose that you think is going to. You've got to also do this work that requires that you free yourself from those lies, because they're not true. So what I found for me when I went through that was that my masculine had been running over my feminine for a long time. And out of that recognizing that harsh critic. In fact, one day, I remember swimming in a pool, and I was listening to the constant barrage of negativity that was just, I thought it was me. I just thought, okay, that's how I am. That's me. But then I realized I was listening to it. Now, wait a minute. If I'm listening to it, who's listening? And I had this just tiny moment of a window, like a sacred placeholder that said, wow, maybe I'm not that voice. Because I always had a hunch that, if I was a child of God or a spark of the divine, that I wouldn't be talking to myself like that. But it was hard to even be aware of it because it was so, like a fish swimming in water, that voice. So that moment of awareness and many, many others like that made me seek some truth. And I set me on a quest out of which this work is the result. And the system that we've developed that now is available will help you understand the parts and to navigate so that you can also liberate yourself more. It's not that the fear voice ever goes away entirely, but you just don't believe it anymore. You have a different relationship to it.